Yes, we're still in Sicily and it's Monday today. I'm using June's smartphone just for a change to get the photos I took on my little camera onto video on June's YouTube channel. And I have to check the diary to see what day it is. Yes, so today's Monday the 10th of June. I don't know what June will call this, probably something like part 12, I don't know. But the key thing is, it's still early in the day, relatively speaking, just gone 6:30, is it? Yes, 6:30 in the evening. So there'll probably be another photo trail after this that'll get uploaded tomorrow perhaps. So now I have to hit the right keys to go through. So that was the first photo taken, and we're off to Agrigento, and June's driving, of course, and that's the reason why there was such a lot of photos taken. It was Samantha said, I definitely want to go to Agrigento, to the Valley of the Temples. So here's me relaxing, of course. June is doing the difficult work of driving, and we go through Gala, I think it was. Not sure where that was though. Yes, it's a industrial town, and we did stay there or stop there for a little while once many years ago. And now that's the map. So we're going from Sicily up to Agrigento, but a particular part, oh yes, the paper map was valuable, even though Samantha's using Google Maps. And on the outskirts of Agrigento is the Valley of the Temples. Not sure if you can see it there, but it's on the outskirts. Yes, just there. Valley of the Temples. So going through on the way there, just to give you a flavour of the route, that's where we were at the time I took that picture. And yes, that looks as though getting near somewhere. So going through a tunnel. There were a couple of tunnels on the route. There's another one out of the tunnel, and yes, I think we're getting close now. And of course June and I did go there. I think it was on our first holiday to Sicily 15 years ago or something. So right, that's the place to park, and went into a few places there, obviously looking at tours. And the good idea was to get a taxi up to the top and walk back down, rather than walk all the way up and all the way down, because it is a large amount of area to cover, and it's very interesting. There's a taxi driver, friendly guy of course. So we're making our way up to a stopping place. He drops us off there, and now it's mostly downhill. And of course the first thing they want to do is check out tourist shopping, and there was plenty of that. Yes, not sure what that's about. Tickets or something? Yes, there's probably maps on the wall showing the route one can take around. Yeah, you're pointing to where we are on the map, but they've also got a paper version of it. Oh, there's a pussycat. Looks very much like our cat Gingy. And a little doggy. And so we're gradually making our way around. There's a sign with the details, and that's one of the first temples, I think. Cactus, which apparently is cultivated, and yes, somebody had carved things on that one. Written some graffiti on the cactus. But apparently they are actually cultivated and eaten. not long after they come into flower, I think. Might even be twice a year, I don't know. So that is one of the temples. I wouldn't remember the names of them. And yeah, so we're working our way around. There's another one. I'm sure somebody could do a much better job, especially if instead of holding a wobbly camera, the photos were shown there. Yes. They're probably looking across at the town of Agrigento, which we did visit many years ago. We might have even walked up into it. Yeah, so all a matter of working out which way to go, realising we want to end up where the car is, but we certainly didn't want to miss anything. That looked like a few olive trees, if I got it right. That was a bit overexposed. Yeah, some of this, I think, had been temples, and then ended up being, obviously a lot of the stuff was damaged by various things, and was made into tombs, certainly after Christianity. Oh, that's a lizard. Hello, Mr. Lizard. Yeah, some nice views. Yes. I think that there's quite a large area. I think there had been a large temple, and of course, for all sorts of reasons, these things get knocked down. Could be earthquakes, could be wars, who's to know. Yes, that's a rather grand looking one. Yeah, some of those pictures are very overexposed. Yes, that was, I think that was a recent bit of artwork, sculpture. And yeah, some of the women seem to be concentrating on photographing the naughty bits, but I couldn't be sure of that. And, is that goats? I think it might have been. Yes, there's a couple of the goats taking it easy because it was quite hot, relaxing in the shade under a tree. Hello, Mr. Goat, or Mrs. Goat. I think those were billy goats. Carry on with our walk. Now that caught my eye, and as soon as I looked down, at first glance it looks like a well, but as soon as you look down it, there was a pigeon right by it. He wasn't bothered about me being right near, and when you look down, you could see there was a very large area underneath, so it was pretty obvious that it was what you call it, a relic from probably the last war. The tunnels had probably been there for a while, but been expanded, and sure enough, one of the guides confirmed that was the case. But one of them had been made into a fish pond. So some nice lilies there. There's another point which went down. You could see the ladder going down there. You couldn't see much of the bottom there. And then there was a bridge, footbridge to go across. So gradually making our way down, all a matter of taking the right route. And there's a gentleman. I didn't catch who it was because the writing was very difficult to read. Yes, I'm afraid some of these pictures are very overexposed. Oh, there's, is that? Yes, there are 4 doggies, all relaxing in the sun. At a first glance, you might think they were dead, but they're not. There were 4 doggies, taking it easy. So, still another temple. Probably what had been a temple. That's a footbridge. what are we looking at now? Still continuing our walk. You find some bits of, well, some stuff has obviously broken up, fallen apart. That looked like, well, an original statue that had come down. I took a slightly different route to the women because they said, oh, there's a better route, but in fact the route I take was better. It wouldn't have been so easy if you couldn't easily sort of step down a couple of foot. So it looks like still some nice views. Making our way back, and we're back to the car. So we made it. So June sets up the sat nav. In fact, just simply Googles Maps to the hotel here, and Samantha's given the smartphone to call out navigation. Then we go through the process of getting out. That was probably where we were using credit cards and things. So now we're on our way back through the tunnels, both of them. And now we thought, why not stop near the sea? And I looked on the paper map and I found a place that looked just ideal, just looking at where it was. And sure enough, it was a great place to stop. Little seaside village with a port, if you call it a port. That may not have been it, but it was a lovely little harbour, and the restaurant was lovely friendly people, and I think they were having a birthday party going on the next table. Yes, there was a flamingo. I think that's a kiddie's toy thing for paddling pool, swimming pool. We haven't been to and there was kids, I guess, whizzing around on high-speed little boats. So placed their order. Yeah, that was the restaurant name, I think. Miramara. Hello. I pressed too many buttons fast then, I think. No, I held the button down too much. Miramara. Yeah, looking across at the building, it was an old building. You could tell by, there was a pigeon there, but looked like an old original building going back a bit. Lovely food. June and I had the smoked salmon salad. Oh yes, Samantha would have had meat, but I can't remember what the name of the dish was. So enjoyed our meal, and then we had a gelati, an ice cream. Yes, enjoyed that. And not sure what that is, something that Samantha ordered. Don't know. So back in the car, June's driving. Quite a lot of driving she had to do today. It was each way. Can't remember, it was at least a couple of hours, probably longer. So we're back on our way from where we'd stopped to eat. And yes, I reckon that's it. We're parked at the hotel and back inside. Oh yes, that was hard work. Just sitting in the car. And then I had a look on the mapping on one of the laptops at what the tracker said where we'd been. Anybody who was interested would have seen that. And yeah, what I pointed. Oh yes, as expected, June is out on the beach. I didn't have the zoom working very well, but that worked well enough there. So yes, that's the time when I stopped shooting this video, and so that is probably the end of that photo trail. So quick glance outside. Yep. Yeah, June's still on the beach. Oh, it looks as though it's Yes, that's it, end on that slide. But of course there'll be other photos for later today.